Are you a timid freelancer? Welcome back, everyone. This is my sixth video, and in this video, I want to explore the idea of putting ourselves forward as freelancers. What I mean by this is the idea around advocating for ourselves, almost like we become our own PR agents. We believe in the value we offer and how we offer it to others. This video is mostly for freelancers or anyone really who struggles with low self esteem and who struggles to speak up or who feels very hesitant before they send that email because they're scared, they don't know what others will say, they're scared of a rejection, or they just haven't done it before and it's new territory. Tend to tiptoe when speaking or pitching to potential clients. For those of us who tend to approach, whether in person or online, a bit more timidly rather than assertively, this can be for beginners or seasoned freelancers, or really just for anyone who is putting themselves forward, who's trying something new. But the reason I say freelancers is because at the moment I'm a freelancer and this is the experience I've had and what I'm still working on and developing. This is something that I've also experienced as more of an introvert and someone who's also been more on the timid side of things. I've had to really develop speaking up and standing in my power. I'm still learning this. I'm still developing more assertiveness in how I pitch and how I approach potential clients and how I speak about what I offer, and also working on how much I believe in the value I offer and what I have to offer. I think that's a major aspect of where our confidence also comes from. We have to believe in our work and ourselves and the value that we can provide others. And if we don't believe in it, we are going to be a bit wishy washy. We are going to come from a place of asking for work or asking if they are okay for us to send our portfolio or if they are okay with us sharing more about this, instead of just stating, hey, I have this offer and I think it would really benefit you, but not in a salesy way either. So my question is, what makes people more assertive and confident than others? I've often felt drawn to some freelancers who who are doing really well, and what I aspire to be like. The main thing that attracts me to them is their self-confidence, the way they speak, the way they put themselves forward, and the way they have this sense of belief in what they offer. This, not even a sense of belief, they have this belief and knowing in what they offer and knowing in their skills to provide that service. I think this is also something that I've struggled with. I've had a sense of uncertainty about myself, and that's translated into work that I've offered where I felt maybe this isn't as good or they won't resonate with this. And then that's affected the way I've approached others or the way I've sent pitches. It comes down to self belief, how much we believe in our abilities and skills, and how capable we are in doing these in a positive and beneficial way, not only for ourselves, but for others as well. So, how can we develop more self belief? I think the main thing, or the main two things really, are awareness and practice. So let's start with awareness. We have to develop an awareness of where our blind spots are, or where is it that we don't believe in ourselves and our abilities and what we offer. This includes an awareness of our thoughts and beliefs and feelings around how we approach life, circumstances, almost what our default response is to when we come up against challenges, against something new in our life, or when we want to step outside our comfort zone. What mentality do we go into? Do we go kind of into a victim mode where, or a self-defeatist attitude where we feel like, oh, this is too hard, they won't like it, I can't do this? Or do we have a more of a can-do attitude? An attitude of, okay, I see the stumbling blocks, I see the challenges, I see the obstacles in front of me, but I'm going to go ahead anyway. I'm going to engage with them anyway. I'm not going to see them as these massive blocks that are so overpowering to me that it weakens me and I can't do anything. I think we have to distinguish how we approach challenges. If you are just starting out pitching to clients, that might be a challenge or a roadblock for you. When you're just starting out learning how to earn more money, that might be a roadblock for you, and how we engage with that, how we choose to see that roadblock will determine how we achieve what we want to achieve. It will determine how far we come. So how can we develop more of a can-do attitude? I think this is where practice comes in. We have to choose to practice. We have to choose to want to do things in a different way, and see things in a different way. We start this by putting ourselves forward one small step at a time. We don't have to make any big leaps if that's too much for us. So, what does that look like? It might look like opening that draft email and starting to draft up a pitch, sending that pitch to a potential client that you would like to work with, making a list of 5 potential clients, making that Excel spreadsheet of all the clients that you send pitches to and then ticking it off as you go, becoming more organized like this in the work that you do and how you see yourself within your freelancing business. Also, are you the one in the driver's seat or are you in the back seat? So, if you are the one in the driver's seat, that means you become more organized. You take the necessary steps that you need to take to create a well flowing system. This is also practicing more assertiveness in your freelancing business. And I call it freelancing business because when we admit to ourselves, like, yes, this is a business that I'm running and I'm the one running it. So, am I running it from the back seat? Am I running it from the driver's seat? Also, when we admit to ourselves, okay, this is a business that I'm running, even if you just have one client at first, even if you just do one small gig at first, that's great. That's something that you are doing. That's you providing a service to a client. It's not you working for anyone else. So it's getting into that mentality also of you are the boss in this situation, you're not an employee. And when we are in that employee mindset, we tend to take the back seat. We tend to ask more. We tend to put ourselves lower down. But the shift happens when we get into the mentality of, okay, I'm running this. So what do I need to do as the driver of this? Another example is we have to step out of that mentality of being a school child almost, of wanting permission to do things or waiting for permission to do things or asking, is this okay? But I think there's a difference when we ask, because obviously we will ask our clients, is this okay? Is this something you want? But the way we ask, we don't ask from a position of school child where you are almost in a position of seeing yourself as lesser than that person. So it's basically becoming our own cheerleaders, rooting for ourselves. But for that to happen, we need to get onto our own sides, not put ourselves down or not even give ourselves a chance to send that pitch or approach that potential client or say what we want to say. You'll never know unless you try. And that takes practice, one small step at a time. It starts with small steps and then medium steps and then bigger steps. And then sometimes we go back down to smaller steps. But that's okay. The fact is, we just need to keep putting ourselves forward. So I'll leave the video there for now. I think I just wanted to get across this idea of putting ourselves forward, myself included. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Is this something you struggle with? Do you often find that there's a lack of self-confidence and it impacts how you pitch or how you work and you question yourself? And the main question is, are you on board with yourself? Are you cheering yourself on? And if not, What are you going to do to start cheering yourself on and get on board with yourself? Thank you for watching this, and I will see you in the next video.